This is going to be keeper on the road videos. I'm going to touch on a couple of subjects and hopefully you'll find them interesting and amusing. Now on to the topic. One of the questions I get all the time is, what upgrade should I do on my gun? And I always, and with the type of guns that are out on the market right now, you can get some really nice guns at a decent price that out of the box shoot fantastic. You know, they have a decent FPS, an awesome hop up, and a tight bore. Most come with tight bore barrels with, you know, decent range. Some come with 2 mags too, so you're like set. Sometimes they might be 2 high caps, but you're generally set for whatever you're going to use them for. But there will be that player that goes out and buys a slightly cheaper gun that doesn't really have the snot that he's looking for. And they say to me, Don, what do we put in this gun to make it shoot better? And the first thing that I always tell people, if it's not a tight bore barrel, which you should be able to tell from the specs on the gun when you buy it, is get a tight bore barrel and a new bucking. And the bucking depends on the FPS. In my particular area, like a standard AEG run-of-the-mill, like under $200 gun is not going to have a tight bore barrel, and it's going to have a bucking that might have been sitting around for a while. It might have a, you know, some wear on it, and it might not have the best hop up. But the cheapest, easiest update to get is find out the length of your barrel. And if you can't find the length of your barrel, it's usually listed on the website, or you just take a rule, measure from the center of the front of your hop up to the end of your barrel, convert it to millimeters, and go find that millimeter barrel. Usually, like most guns are 300, 363. That you're going to buy for under $200 are going to be a 300 or 363 length barrel. If you get a tight bore barrel, and I suggest, now people will disagree with me on this, is buying for the cold weather in my area, northeastern Pennsylvania, buy a G&G bucking. Usually if you're going to buy a gun that's going to be under $200, it's going to be sub 350. It's going to be 350 or under. Very few are like over 350. I'm talking 350 with 2 5s. So getting a G&G cold weather bucking will give you great response in the cooler weather, and it should work great with that particular gun. And getting a tighter bore barrel will give you like 5 more FPS if you're looking for a little bit more snot out of the gun. Next one I always hear is about trigger response. I want to get better trigger response shooting. Well, if your gun comes with an old crappy 8.4, get a 9.6 or get a 7.4 LiPo. Going with an 11.1 LiPo on some of the guns might chew them up, but I find that if you have an 8.4, go to 9.6 or go to 7.4 20C, 25C LiPo. You should be golden. And in worst case, if you want to, once you've done that upgrade and you still want to get snappier trigger response, go with a high torque motor. That's the 3 upgrades that everybody can do with limited technology. I mean, putting a bucking in your hop up with a new barrel, straightforward. You shouldn't have no problem doing that. Putting a motor in takes a little work, but it's still not rocket science. You should be able to figure that out, no problem. And as far as the new battery, that's just a change in your power. If you get a 9.6 or a 7.4 LiPo, you're going to get a little bit more snot out of the trigger. You do those 3 upgrades, you should be golden. I've actually seen guys that say, "Oh, I don't have a lot of money. What do you suggest for an upgrade?" I say, your barrel ends like an inch in from the flash hider. Why don't we get a little bit longer barrel and put a new bucking in it? Bang slam, gets 5, 6, up to 10 FPS more range out of it, and the thing is dialed in perfect. Looks nice. Now some guys say replace the hop up. Well, it depends on the unit too. I've actually seen, and right now I will recommend the Crytek hop up is like the best on the market that I've seen. Throw that in a gun, it's fantastic for getting range out of and lift for higher BBs, so higher weight BBs. So that's a couple of upgrades that I would do: barrel, bucking, motor, higher voltage battery. Now, one of the things you don't want to do, although a lot of people do, is they'll buy an 11.1 LiPo battery, throw it on one of these low-end guns, and they'll burn out the trigger contacts. So just be aware, if you want to run that higher voltage battery, even a 9.6, 7.4, you might burn out your trigger contacts. I don't think not as bad with a 7.4 or a 9.6 as you would with 11.1, but it might happen. But just getting the barrel, bucking, and the motor will give you that little bit more advantage over a stock gun. So that's my answer when people ask me about what are the upgrades I should do. I always see people about, oh, I want to change out the spring, I want to make it shoot like 480, 500 FPS, and I'm like, why? Why do you want to do that? You can't use it anywhere. It's not a sniper rifle. I said it's all about the hop up, it's not about FPS. So as long as people realize that, and you get them to do the small upgrades first, you're golden. I hope you enjoyed this little rant. Maybe you found some information useful. This is Keeper on the Road. You have a good day.